Hello, welcome to Two Cracks TV. Thanks for joining me today. I have the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra Generation 2. This is going to be a personal overview, not an audiophile, just your average consumer who appreciates good audio. So I will do a little bit of the specs, but this is going to be my overview and my personal opinion after about a month of using these. So these come in different colours: driftwood sand, midnight violet, white smoke, black, desert gold, which are these ones here, my personal favourite. These are £449 from Bose. A lot of money, well it is to me anyway, but they do come with a 90-day trial if you purchase directly from Bose. So if you're not happy with them in any way, you can send them back, no questions asked. I have used that service before myself. 30-hour battery life, that's with ANC, 23 hours in immersive mode, Bluetooth 5.4, codecs or SBC, AAC. And this year, I believe, is a first for Bose. They do feature USB-C wired audio and you can connect that with a 2.5mm audio jack. So let's get into it. Let's have a look. The case first. It's very nice. Hard shell, has a nice quality feel to it. Doesn't pick up fingerprints that much. Zips nice and smooth. Just a nice feel overall. And there they are, the desert gold, very nice. I'll just pop them out for a second. The inside of the case is nice, has a nice soft velvet feel. And just in case you forget how they go back in the box, I've also put an handy little diagram there on a tag, just to show you how they go back in. But once you've done it 2 or 3 times, it's muscle memory. So no problem with the case at all. And they do come with USB-C to USB-C charging cable that will double up as wide audio, and 2.5mm which goes in headphone side to 3.5mm audio jack. And that's that. Around the headphones themselves, I want to see if I can get this close up, because I thought anyway, that the shiny yolks may look a bit tacky in the flesh, but they don't. They look fantastic. And along with the gold yolks, there's a gold flake. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up. I hope it is. It looks much better in the flesh. The gold flake is in the cups, and it's also along the headband there. They're very nice and they're very light, just over 250 grams off the top of my head. You've got a button here for your controls. Click once to pause, 2 clicks to go forward a track, and 3 clicks to go back a track. Got your power button on the bottom, and that's your Bluetooth pairing button as well. USB-C charging port and wired audio, and the 2.5mm audio jack. You've also got slide control here for adjusting the volume, and that also doubles up to switch through your modes. It's a shortcut button, or you can use it to activate your voice assistant or to activate Spotify. I will show you that in the app when we have a little look through it. So we'll go through some of the features just before we have a look at the app, and the ones what I've found really useful. You do have word detection, so if you used it before, you'll know exactly what it is. As soon as you take them off, the music or your content will pause. As soon as you put them back on, they will resume. And another convenience feature that I never thought that I would need or appreciate is sleep mode. So when you're wearing the headphones and you take them off, and when you lay them on a flat surface with the cups facing down, they go into sleep mode. And then when you pick them back up, without pressing any of the buttons by the way, put them over your head and they will reconnect. And I've timed this a few times. It's about 8, 9, 10 seconds maximum. You're ready to go, and they've connected to both. If you've got both sources, because they're multi-point, they're connected straight away, which is a feature that I don't think I'd want to be without now, to be quite honest. And yes, you might say pressing a button or slide, whatever the model headphones you have, is not an inconvenience. Once you've tried this, it just makes everything so much more streamlined. Fantastic feature, and well done for Bose for putting that in. The wired audio, like I mentioned earlier, I believe it's a first for Bose on this generation. And I've tried this through YouTube Music, and I've had YouTube Music app set to high quality. It doesn't make a difference. In fact, it does. It dulls the music somewhat, makes it quieter. I don't know what's going on there. I've tried it through some FLAC files and some WAV files that I've got installed on my Galaxy Z Flip 6, and with those it absolutely does make a difference. It sounds absolutely amazing. Two things that stand out when you're using wide audio and playing FLAC files through my phone is the bass is much tighter, much more controlled, and the vocals are much more pronounced and much more forward. Very nice. I don't use the wide audio, I must admit, even though it does sound better. I don't like the obstruction of wires getting in the way. For me, Bluetooth streaming is, the audio quality is more than sufficient for me. Still sounds excellent. Call quality, very good, no issues with that. I don't tend to take calls with my headphones on, but I have tried it for the purposes of this overview, and it's excellent. I've had no issues with that whatsoever. And a nice little feature within the app is you can change how much you can hear your own actual voice when you're on a call. So call quality I've found completely fine. ANC, excellent yet again. But I will say, I've used a pair of Sony XM4s back to back with these, just testing out the ANC, and the XM4s are 5 years old now, and I couldn't notice a discernible difference in the ANC between this one and the XM4, which tells me that at the top level, particularly with Sony and Bose, the ANC has maybe reached a peak somewhat, except for certain frequencies here and there that they might improve or granular adjustments. But the ANC, I believe, is absolutely top drawer. Sound quality, I love these. I absolutely love them. But I must point out, I do love and always enjoyed Bose's sound signature. I always find it warm, rich, and very engaging. So take that opinion with a grain of salt. A couple of features that I do want to mention within the sound quality, and it's a feature that's new for the Generation 2, particularly opposed to the Generation 1, is cinema mode along with immersive mode. And obviously cinema mode, the clue's in the name, isn't it? It's for watching films when you've got them connected to a big screen. But cinema mode I've found is absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love it. So much so that I solely listen on cinema mode, whether I'm watching content, a movie, or I'm listening to music. Because what I find with immersive mode, as opposed to still, so let's say the sound stage is here in still, in immersive mode it lifts the sound stage up and wider, but I feel a little bit of reverb in immersive mode. When I switch to cinema mode, it drops the sound stage a little bit. It still feels forward, but it drops it a bit, and it just cuts out the reverb a little bit, I feel, and really enhances the vocals. Immersive mode is good as well. Like I said, it just gives a little bit of reverb, I feel. It can even make the music feel a little bit messy, like the sound stage is a little bit too wide, a little bit artificial, but the cinema mode just brings that down a bit. It really pushes the sound stage in front of your eyes, but makes it a little bit more focused without... There's still good instrument separation, it's engaging and it's exciting, but not too wide to the stage where it sounds a little bit messy. So cinema mode, excellent. I suppose it's hard to describe somewhat how it feels actually listening to it. I think that's the best description I can give to it really, but please have a go at that and do try it out. Really recommend that. Let's move on to the comfort, what they like for comfort. Let me add a little caveat here. I historically have never gotten on with over-ear headphones. I find them claustrophobic on my ears. They make them hot I usually have to take them off about every 5 minutes because my ears are sweating, and I take them off and I'm rubbing my ears and I put them back on and I'm constantly adjusting them. Not with these at all. I can keep these on for up to 4 or 5 hours at a time, and even at times I forget they're there. I looked around last week and, well, I was thinking, well, where's my headphones gone? And they're on my head. So the comfort is, it's unparalleled to me. I've never tried anything like it. And when you look at the ear cups on these, they don't seem as soft or as plush as maybe the ones on the XM5s or the Sony XM6s. So you'd think, oh, they might be a little bit uncomfortable, but absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now, that may be to do with the drivers inside. I don't know if you can see, they are raked backwards, so they would fit the natural profile of your ear. Yeah, I'm sure the headphones do that, but I think it's that and the fact that my ears don't touch the inside of the drivers at all, with them being light as well. The headbands, sorry, is quite plush. Just the comfort, and I don't think this can be understated when in terms of adding to the overall user experience. Because for me, if I'm using headphones that have excellent sound quality but they're uncomfortable, I can't think of anything else except the fact they're uncomfortable. So you put the comfort and good sound, and what an experience. I've been using them that much, I've been thinking the battery's really poor. Well, I've been using them for probably 5 hours, 6 hours a day. So the battery's quite good. After all, they're just so good to wear. We'll take a quick look through the out. I'll just have to put the headphones up so it connects. They were just in sleep mode before, you see, with the cups laying flat down there. So quite a simple app, but effective. You've got your various modes: quiet, aware. Aware mode's nice as well. That's fine. I always find them a little bit artificial sounding, but that's only natural. And particularly the ones I've used, the other models I've used, they all sound a little bit unnatural. Immersive mode, cinema mode, like I mentioned before. You've got home, and they're all set various ways. I've set a couple of my own presets there, and you can add your own. So you've got, for instance, there, commute. You can set your various levels of noise cancellation. You've got a wind block feature, which is okay. It's not brilliant, but it's okay. And then you can set your immersive audio there with off. I hope that's showing up there on the camera. Still or motion. Just a quick one on the immersive mode. If you sat still and you're moving your head left to right, the sound stage stays in front of you. So if you sat watching the TV, you want the still one, because when you move your head, well, you won't move your head, your head will be facing the same way. But if you've got the motion one on your head moving about, the sound stage will follow you about. So that's nice and simple to use. You've also got your source. So yeah, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, they are multi-point, so you can connect 2 devices. Just one thing on the multi-point, I've found it a little bit finicky when swapping between devices. I've got it connected to my LG TV and my Galaxy Z Flip 6, and when I've been, for instance, listening or watching a video on my LG TV and I want to quickly switch to my phone, so I'll pause the content on the TV and switch over, it sometimes doesn't like it. It doesn't do it where I have to power on and off the headphones, where at other times it's flawless in operation. But just now and again, it's a little bit of an annoyance. So that's something you might want to have a look at if multi-point switching between various sources is important to you and you want to do it quickly. Just have a look at that. Maybe it's me, maybe it's a setting I've missed, I don't know. But I did own a pair of the Tozo HT2s, which cost me about £40, and their multi-point switching on those was flawless. It worked every time instantaneously. It's not enough to put me off the headphones themselves, because I love the comfort and I love the sound quality. I know I keep saying it, but it is something to bear in mind. We've got noise control, which is what Bose call ANC, and that's you can adjust the levels there. And another feature which I believe is new, for generation 2 is you can turn the ANC off, which will extend your battery life considerably. I don't think that's something Bose have ever done before. And you've got your immersive audio modes there again. There's also a calibrate feature. I'm not sure if that's picking that up. So apparently this changes the audio profile to suit the shape of your ears. You put them on the head here as instructed. It takes about a second. It does make a difference. It does sound different. Whether that's a difference in improvement in quality, I can't quite tell. I'm not sure if it's a little bit gimmicky. It's not working there because the headphones are not on. But you might want to play around with that yourself. I'm not sure if I can tell the difference. I think so, but I'm not sure. They sound good anyway to my ears. You've got a basic EQ in there as well. Just got a bass, mid and treble. If you notice there, I've kept the sound signature flat. I love Bose's sound signature right out the box. I've got the Bose ultrasound bar and I've got that set on a flat EQ profile as well. There is, you can play around quite a bit there. I know it's only basic 3-band, but you do get a lot of adjustment. The 10 up and then 10 down. But if you do like your 5 or your 10-band graphic equalizers, then that's something to bear in mind. I found it not a problem at all. If I'm listening to raps or R&B, I might turn the bass up just a couple of notches and just give it that really thump and richness. I like Exhibit, I might turn the bass up a couple there. Or if I'm listening to classical, I might just put the mids forward just a little bit. But mostly I'll just keep it on flat and I forget about it. That's one of the things about apps, I feel anyways. You set and forget, really. You can change the volume through the app there. Not sure why you would really want to use that in a lot of circumstances. Shortcut as well, I've mentioned this earlier. It's a little bit finicky, like I mentioned, the shortcut button. It does work. It does work for changing the volume, but it's hit and miss. So you might slide it up and the volume's going up and then it'll stop, so you have to lift your finger and do it again. And sometimes it works okay, but it's a little bit hit and miss for me to use that on a regular basis. I just use the volume control either on my phone or on my remote control on my TV. So if that volume control is important to you on the headphones, try them out. See if you can go to the shop or the store and have a look and try it out, because it's not the best. I think Bose needs to have a little look at that and improve it. In terms of using the shortcut on that slider control, it works well for cycling through the still motion and turn it off. In terms of the, oh, it's gone off. I've turned the cups down, haven't I? Turn them back up. See, I'm just showing you now how quick it connects. There you go. Is it? Really, they need to be on my head. But we're okay, we're connected again. So that's cycling through the various immersive audio modes, or you can use it to access your voice assistant or Spotify. I don't use any of them. I don't normally bother with voice assistant on headphones, and I listen to YouTube music, so Spotify is no use to me. But I do use it for cycling through the modes occasionally, and you can turn the shortcut off as well. So even though the app's basic, it's functional. And me personally, I tend to set an app and I don't tend to come back to it only now and again. And it connects quickly. I haven't had any connection issues. It's very fast to connect. Not a problem at all. I think if you like a clean interface and you like reliability in your connection, I think you'll be happy with the app. I am anyway. It's been not a problem. A couple of downsides. One is the slider control. I think it's a bit finicky. I don't know if they could sort that with maybe a software update. I'm not sure. It's not a massive issue to me. I don't tend to use volume controls on the cups anyway. Maybe I would if it was a little bit more reliable, but it's not the end of the world to me. And at times the finicky multi-point, which is not always unreliable. I'd say 50% of the time it is. So if you're switching between multiple sources and that is important to you, do bear that in mind. It's a little bit finicky. Maybe they'll fix it in a software update. I would hope, but one never knows. But overall, I love these headphones. And the best tech products I've acquired in quite a long time. And I'm going to cherish these. I'm going to use these. a hell of a lot. So would I recommend them? Absolutely. They are absolutely superb, excellent. I love them. As always, thanks for watching. If you found any of this content useful, please give me a like. It would really help my channel. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. I'll see you.